ahead and push record. Yeah. And we're gonna just talk really quick. I'm just letting Shay know that I'm on. So holy crap. Hold on. So holy crap, so much good nuggets. We're not going to break down the whole training. You guys listened, you guys were able to take notes. There are a couple of things that I do want to say, and I know probably Shay will want to say. So I'll wait for her to get on as well. But that we wanted to talk about, because every time you put that many people behind a mic, you're going to hear so many different ways of doing things, and it's going to go against what you're like used to hearing. Let me just reiterate something really quick. The only point I want to mention before we start talking this bonus, which is just like, I'm like shaking right now. Is the fact that, oh, she's on. Is the fact that not everything you hear you have to duplicate down. So take what you want. If you want to utilize something that you heard today, this is your business at the end of the day. How me and Shay train you are what we feel is tried and true and trial and error that we've done. So we don't necessarily agree with every single thing that you heard tonight, but that doesn't mean that we're trying to hide something from you and that's why you're not successful. Stop looking for, and I think Jason or Paul said this, stop looking for a secret ingredient that's going to get you there. It's your movement that's going to get you there. So if you feel stuck right now, don't start questioning all your training and all of the info that you have. Question how much you've invested in that training, how much that you've taken part in Zooms and been a part. If you don't know how to duplicate it down, then there's a good chance that you haven't invested enough time in it yet yourself. So start there. If you want to start calling your customers, that's more than happy with that. If you want to start doing Facebook groups, what I will say though is I do not believe in cold messaging. It burns people out. I have never heard a positive message about cold messaging. So you're going to hear people do that so that they can talk about being in people's inbox and getting there fast. But I am a firm believer that I don't care about going fast. I care about going far, and there's a difference. So if I just want numbers, then I don't care about people. But I don't want numbers. I want to care about people, and people do not like being messaged. And going through the A's list, like Paul talked about, you're talking to salespeople. These are people who are wanting to make sales, and that's totally fine. I'm never going to like criticize it. If you want to go that method, be my guest. I'm just trying to say that that method is not what we will train here. We'll never say, go through your A's message and message everyone you know, because we want to build a relationship with people. We're in this for people, helping them, being a light, sharing hope, that kind of thing. So I did want to touch on that. But Shay, do you want to take it away and start? I lost her again. Is she on still?
That I am. Hello. Can you see me?
Yes. Okay, now I found you.
I can't see anybody. Can you actually see me? Because I feel like this is very bright.
It's bright, but who cares?
Okay. What am I supposed to talk about? Geez Louise, I think I'm in labor. I don't know what's happening, guys.
I know. This promo's crazy.
I think just to kind of piggyback off of what Jess said, you have to remember, like this, you don't want the fast track here. You don't. And I know, and this is something that I took away. Like, I am all about always learning. I want to learn as much as I possibly can. And guess what? That goes twofold. I want to learn what I want to do, and I want to learn what I don't want to do. And what someone did 6 years ago when this Thrive started doesn't necessarily apply to what we do today. Things have changed. Social media in itself has changed. So what happened before isn't relevant anymore, guys. Now we know firsthand that like what we do, building relationships, being vulnerable on our platforms, sharing our heart, sharing our stories, your story combined with other stories, that's that validation that they were talking about. Validation increases that trust, and that increases the momentum. I'm sure a lot of us, we learned so much today. For me, what I took away is that I need to be extremely intentional with relationships. So, and this is something that when I started, I was really good, but as my network has grown, I've kind of, I would say kind of gotten soft with it in a sense. Like, I obviously am intentional with creating relationships, but could I do more? Absolutely. Could I invest more time into that? Absolutely. So there's so
Hold on. Shay, you got muted.
Wait, hold on. Sorry. I'm like trying to mute people because hold on.
real. Did you mute me?
Brill's like, enough. Now with the promotion.
Okay, Kanye. Okay, so moving on. So I think the thing that we can realize is like, okay, like Jessica said, instead of it being like, oh, I haven't tried that yet, are you doing everything that you have learned? Like, let's talk, let's be real, let's be honest here. Are you applying what you've learned? Are you actually doing all the things that we as a tribe have communicated to you, have duplicated down to you? Are you doing all of that already? Because if you're doing all of that already, you're going to have that momentum. You are going to have movement in your business. And so maybe today was a good, I'm sorry, I can't see myself and that bothers me. Maybe today is just a good eye opener for you know, to go back, strip it down to the basics. Go back and remember, what is my story? Am I on my social media enough? Am I sharing enough of my face? Am I talking enough about my life and what this product line has done for me and my family and for my customers, and following up and all those things? So I think that
I also, can I just say too, if you couldn't get on a Zoom right now on our team page and train a whole group of VIPs to successfully hit VIP, then you haven't invested enough time in the trainings yourself. And I know that doesn't mean to sound harsh, but sometimes we always want the next thing because it's like, oh, this isn't working. But it's like, perfect what you have first is like what Shay's saying. Like, make sure you're investing that time first. You should be able to be like, if you heard that all day, is that you should be acting the leader you want to be. So all of you, I don't care if you're a brandpreneur, 4K, 12K, should be able to act as the next level. You should be able to train like the next level. You should know the answers to your comp plans, the answer to your product info. You shouldn't be relying on other things. So if you aren't, you need to still develop in that area before you can help other people develop. So that's probably one of the biggest takeaways. Is I know that we're going to hear so many new things and be like, oh, what do I need to do? I need to do that. And if you want to tweak things, that's totally up to you, and that's fine. We give you that liberty. I'm more of a personable person. I'm better face to face than I am on social media. So I'm going to have more conversations outside of my Facebook than I am on Facebook, because I know that that's a trait of mine that's better and stronger. But if you can't duplicate already what you've learned, don't try to just add to it and hope that this was going to be the miracle magic pill that you've been missing, because you already have so much good content in front of you. So we just wanted to back that up, because there's plenty of training and resources. And I think what we always talk about is, we've done this for years and we didn't have all this. So what you have is such a beautiful thing. So clinging to that and trusting what we have is so important, rather than being like, what else can I do? What should I be doing? I need to be doing something different, blah, blah, blah. Because that's all that is, if you get to the root of it, is thinking that it's someone else's fault for your success not going anywhere. And you're looking for something else to be the key. The key is in you. There's no training that's going to unlock the key for you. There's not a Zoom that will unlock the key for you. There's nothing technique-wise that will unlock the key for you. It's you applying what you know and putting action behind it and energy behind it. And that was the key, no matter if it was Paul talking about cold messaging or anything, that everyone was like, movement, energy, showing up, being authentic, having that energy for what you have your hands on. So Shay, any more about that? Or
yeah, I think that you know, we got to see a lot of stuff. We got to you know, be reminded of a lot of stuff. And like I said, it was kind of like a wake up call. Like, if you've been slacking for any time, or maybe you just haven't been all in, this is like your wake up time, right? This is wake up, this is time to go. There's so much worth fighting for here. There's so much available to each of us. And the beautiful thing is, it's our business. We make it what we want, okay? And like, if you want blank, you have to do blank. You know, that is the truth. And so taking responsibility for your business, for your actions, for where you want to be, for where you are right now, just having those heart-to-heart moments with yourself, and then kind of like having that talk. I say that all the time, have that talk and just say, okay, do you want this? What do you want? Where are you going to go? You saw so many leaders today talk about things, and for me, it just inspires me because it's like, okay, I'm in a new season right now. This is different from when I began. And so I kind of have to readjust and kind of be like, okay, what do I want? Like that one lady said, when she first started, it was diapers and formula. And then it out of nowhere was like, get my husband home. Like it can quickly change for you. So constantly be asking, what do I want out of this business? Knowing your why, reminding yourself of your branding bubbles and things like that. Guys, we have everything you need and more here. And we just have to build on that and go with that and trust that. And it's not a one thing. There's not one thing that gets you to it. It's a process of a whole bunch of stuff that you do consistently on a daily basis. So I thought that was wonderful. And then just moving in right into the promotion. Like, first of all, I want to talk about Recharge real quick. We just got it in the mail. Guys, that stuff is going to sell. And I'll tell you why. It's got black elderberry in it, zinc, vitamin C, CoQ10, is that what it's called?
Oh, maybe it is I thought it was CQ10, but maybe it is CoQ10.
CoQ10. I mean, that stuff is packed with everything the body needs right now and more. Oh, 5-HTP is in that. Okay. That stuff is in our Black Label. We love that. And that is very helpful. So I am so excited, and it's the cutest little package. I really think we need to be pushing that. I mean, I feel like we didn't know much about it, but now that like I saw the back of it and just how cute it is and what is in it, people are going to want that. Even if
and the ingredients list is so simple. Like people, if they see that ingredients list, they're going to be sold. You don't have to convince them this is what it does and yada yada. Show them that ingredients list, and it's basically the top products right now for immune boosting that are sold out on Amazon, being like, here you go, in your skin all day. It's going to be
everything but sanitizer is in that. And so
basically,
I just think that's amazing. I feel like that's something I'm so proud about. Like I feel proud that like I'm going to post that on my stories and be able to share, like our company went to work, guys. And they didn't make sanitizer. They made something that builds our immune system and that we can use on a daily basis. And that is amazing. So we definitely want to push that. And then talking about this promotion right now, I love, it kind of makes me crazy. And then most of the time I love it, but I do love that they are very innovative with their promotions. It's like, it's never the same thing. And I really like, you just never know what they're going to throw your way. And you're just kind of like, okay, what is it this time? But I've never, ever, and I've been doing this for 2 years now with bonuses. We've had so many. I've never seen them do PV. It's always been PPA. And if you don't know what those words are and everything, as always, go into your cloud office, look up your resources, find the rewards program. Guys, get familiar with that, because that's where you should be going when you have a question about something. Before you just expect someone else to drop it for you, go and do your research, because visually speaking, you're going to remember that much more if you look and see it. And then guess what? You're going to duplicate that down. So I always am going to point you to rewards. I'm going to be like, did you check it? Because that's what you need to be doing. But go into your rewards plan. You're going to see all that kinds of stuff. And so PV is personal volume. And so that, like he mentioned, counts for two things: your orders, anything that you place personally, and then anybody that is a customer enrolled. So you will not see your PV change when you sign a promoter, okay? Or when they sign someone. That doesn't work that way. PV is when you have a customer enrolled and then you also either purchase. And that's how we stay qualified as well, if you didn't know that. So personal volume, very different from PPA. PPA, I don't even know what the letters stand for. I just know in my mind it's new enrollments. So they have to be new customers, never ordered before. This is different, guys. And this is something that I've never seen them do, where they are allowing you to have old customers reorder and it counts. So, you're going to go through your database, guys, hit that cloud office and go through and be like, guess what? And I don't know if they've mentioned if we can use credits or not. Does anybody know?
I don't know yet, but that's going to be a big thing. If not, I was just going to say we can utilize so many giveaways or promos with it to help if credits aren't available, because 1,000 is nothing. 1,000 really is nothing when you're talking old customers, new customers, and your personal orders. Basically, everyone's at least 150 pop. If you upgrade them and say, I'll give you Sculpt for free, that's $180 right there. Pocket that 30, you're going to get it back in your checks. 1,000 will add up so fast. Can I answer a question, Shay, really quick on here just before we move on? I saw someone ask about the recharge really quick, so I want to touch on that. Recharge is like separate from our 3-step program. It's like an immune booster. So you put it on at night actually and wear it through the night. And then it says you can actually wear it through the day the next day and replace it for the next night. So I would probably wear it alongside whatever 3-step you're already utilizing. I feel like this is a kind of like a little bit separate than our 3-step system. Now, if they want to use it as their patch because of finances or something like that, that's fine. I wouldn't force them to do all 3 steps and the recharge. But for us, I feel like it's an add-on product for something completely different than what the 3 steps is offering, if that makes sense. This is like more.
And that's what I was trying to say. It might catch someone's attention, you know, that right now they don't understand the 3 steps, but they see something that can help with their immune system that has elderberry, zinc, and vitamin C in it, and they just put it on their skin. They're going to be like, okay, how do I get that? And that
I think it's like the one DFT too that I feel like could be a standalone product. You know, our DFTs really utilize the capsule and shake to benefit the best, but this one is kind of like someone that's not going to buy all 3 steps might start to lean toward the DFT being an option for them. And once they see how they feel with the immune boosting, they might be a little more open to the weight loss. I can't even talk right now because, and it's $40 for a month supply. Yes.
And it's just so cute. I am all about details. So when that little package came, I was like, oh my gosh, it's so cute. I have to have like a million of those. I don't see the trackers in the back office yet. So once those hit, we'll be able to kind of dissect it and make sure we have everything in order. But something that you can go in, because he said double on fast starts for next month. Right?
So crazy.
Guys, fast starts. Okay, so
fast starts add up fast.
If you're not familiar with fast starts are on our promoter packs. So anytime you're signing a promoter, you get a fast start bonus depending on which package they choose. So $200 pack, it's a $30 bonus. $400 pack, it's an $80 bonus. And then the $800 pack is a $160 bonus. So if you're doubling those next month, that's
all month too. This isn't like a week. This is every paycheck next month. May is going to be bomb.com. So if money is something you need, you have to stop with the excuses right now. You need to get $1,000. How you get that $1,000 is up to you and your hustle. Promos, talking with people, getting in out of your comfort zone. Like, whoa, if you end this month with $1,000 sitting on the line for you to almost double every single cent you bring into your business next month, that would be a shame. Because not only will that 1,000 boost your next paycheck, like, whoa, but then you have all of May setting you up. So you're talking a new level of income for you. So if you've been seeing $20 checks and $50 checks and $100 checks, you're like, well, I guess it's not really worth it. Your mentality has to go down the drain, because that's not a good mentality. You got to say, wow, $1,000 is going to up my next week's paycheck like crazy. On top of that, I'm almost guaranteed bomb checks for May. There's no reason I can't get a few customers in my system. There's no reason I can't hustle my way to this. If I just watch someone get 160 customers in 60 days or whatever, then I have 5 days to get a few customers. I can do this. The only thing that will hold you back from this is any terrible mentality you've already talked yourself into. And so you have to put that aside to say, whew, my family can use this. I don't care if you lost your job or not. Everyone's going through a tighter time right now. So this is the time to say it. And Shay, wouldn't you believe that a promoter right now isn't going to count towards your PV, but any promoters you do sign this week are going to have that ability to hustle. Like if we can get a promoter in our system tonight to say, hey, let's get you to your VIP by the end of this week, which you're already going to try to do anyways. And then all of May, you're going to be blessed out of your mind. So if you know someone that's been struggling and watching you in this business, they need to be starting today with you. And you need to say, you need to trust me. This isn't even going to benefit me. I love when I have something that doesn't benefit me, because that promoter getting in your system isn't going to count toward your 1,000, but being able to set someone up for success, that does in the long run benefit you to just be able to help someone. So I would be concentrating on even saying, I know you needed this, so now's your chance. Like, get in the system today so that I can help you even get this $1,000. You know, I think too, if we keep our mind not just focused on us, but helping other people, that blessing will come back. So keep your 1,000 on track. Obviously, we want you to see that. But on top of it, think of who needs this more than ever, because they're desperate and they need to get in here and hustle toward that 1,000 for the next 5 days. So May can be a blessing for them too.
Yeah, to answer some questions, I believe that it is going to start today. I don't see a tracker yet, but
He
did
said it's
say
live.
the tracker would be live. Where is mine?
No, he said it's live now, so I'm sure the trackers will like be loading soon. So I'm thinking tonight
I'm sure we
counts.
get an email too. Maybe, I don't know. We'll just have to keep checking, but I'm sure it will go from here to the end of the month of PV. So something to do is just kind of hustle your butt until you can get to the very end. And if you need to make a purchase, like you said, stock up on some capsules, stock up on some stuff that you need, because we know we're going to use these products. And I love that Katie once said that, like, investing in your business never, like, it doesn't come back void, guys. So remember that. Like, if you do purchase, like, the fact that we don't have to every month because we get our products for free, but like if we needed to, we can. And honestly, I have been doing that because we've had so many sales and deals and stuff that I've been like keeping my credits and saving them up. And so I would suggest that orders after your tracker is up, but I don't know if they're
I
gonna.
probably wouldn't order until you see your tracker live, just so that you don't risk it, because that would suck. But they should be live. They're probably getting bombarded. The system's probably slow right now, so it should be live soon. So I would wait until you see that tracker for sure before placing an order. And can I say this about investing in your business too? I hustle harder when I know I had my own money on the line. When you're sitting back for free, sometimes you can easily coast, and that's the truth. I always say too, like, when people pay more for their hair, when they go to, somewhere that's $30 for a hair color, they don't care that they use Suave on it. It was $30. You know what I mean? But you pay $300 for your highlights or your hair color, you don't want to use Suave on it and it fade the next day because you just invested $300 on it. Then you're going to start investing in hair care products that are going to give you good results with that. So the same is with this. I coast when I don't have too much invested. But if you start hustling and investing your time and sacrificing some things that are in your normal day, and you start investing your money, guess what? You have to show up, because you don't want to be out that money or that time, and it keeps you accountable for yourself. So every time I put money into this business, it only pats me on the back to keep going. So it's never in vain. It always makes me rise up to the occasion. So I feel like, yes. And then you're going to have things for trials, which get those trials in people's hands next week, because even in May, if they sign up, that's going to help your checks. Everything's doubled. So the bigger checks next month are going to be even better than we could have expected. So everything is compounding on each other. So good. So your goal is 1,000. If you're like me and you get overwhelmed fast, I would break that down. Hey, I want to invest $150 in my own product, so I know that that's off the list. How can I get the other $850 from customers? That's one 400 pack and one 3-step system. Break it down for you to say,
Motor packs.
what? Oh, no, not promoter pack. Sorry. You're right. Thank you. One couples pack. You know what I mean? Put it down as what you need specifically, because when I see, oh, I need 3 customers and, one couples pack, then I'm like, I can do that. I can do that in 5 days. You know what I mean? But if I say I need 1,000, sometimes I get overwhelmed. So break it down for you. That's where that tracker will come in hand too. Honestly, there shouldn't be someone on here. I don't want to sound mean. There shouldn't be someone on here that does not earn this. And if that means you have to step up in a way you never stepped up for, that's fine. That's going to be me too. I'm not a red personality. I'm not as bold as some people, but that means I have to step up this week. I have to do things different for me to get different results. So if I'm not normally someone who brings in 1,000 in 5 days, I'm going to have to do some things different this week. So be bold, be intentional, be excited. Do not go spam. Don't spam. Don't lower your standards for this. Be intentional with how you do it. The energy is going to bring you far, so you don't have to go and be like, who needs products? Who needs energy? Don't get into spam mode because it will backfire on you. This is through the end of the month that you have to get 1,000 PV. But then all of next month's paychecks are going to be doubled. So that is going to be your retail sales and your fast starts. What was that question? I didn't see it. No one count themselves out. Yes. Old customers too. So if your mama's ordered from you before, I have a few auto ships running on the 5th, to be honest with you. I might just say, hey, I have a free sculpt if you order this month instead. You know what I mean? Like there might be, I'm not suggesting that. I mean, because auto ships still are such a blessing to get you free products and stuff. So like, I just know like my mother-in-law orders on the 5th. So I might just text her and be like, instead of the 5th, let's have you order now. I'll throw in 3 free sculpt or whatever. So that, I can just move her a few days earlier, whatever, if it works for her. So people that you know personally that might just be on the 5th because that's what they've always been on, just see if they can order a few days earlier instead of that auto ship. Anything else? Does anyone have any questions?
Just make sure that it's a customer. Because if it's your mom and they're underneath you and you have them as a promoter, that's not going to count. So remember, it's only new or old customers and anything you purchase. Those 2 things. And
if you want a promoter in your system, I don't usually train this. So maybe it'll backfire. But I'd put them on a customer pack and flip their account over after. Because
wait till after though. Don't do it.
Yeah, wait till after the fight. No, you can flip it. Oh, yeah, you're right. Might be right. Maybe if you flip it, yeah, it might, never mind. Scratch that. Bad training, guys. I got a little desperate.
If you have a promoter though, that's a great thing, first of all, because they can run the 1,000 volume as well. And that would be so helpful for them to get their VIPs. There's a lot of incentive here to work for. Just remember, and guess what? We have a tracker. I freaking love that they give us trackers. Trackers are like my favorite thing because you can see it move, you can see it adjust, you know what you need to go for. Visually, it's there. And so just really like once we see that hit, we will go off of that. And they always say details, and you can click where you can read every little detail, and we can throw it in the group chat so that we can kind of go over it if we need to. But I think that this, like Jessica said, is so doable. I'm hoping that any volume counts. So, you know, people, I talked about balance and sculpt yesterday separately, and I have had people who are like, can I just order those? Like maybe they're just not down for the 3 steps, and that's fine. Mm-hmm. But when I talked about sculpt and I talked about the balance and like what that does, you know, there have been times where I have just enrolled people on balance all month because balance is like life-changing. But that's what I'm hoping that any volume coming in is going to count as far as its customers. So, and something that I've always taught or said to my girls, like you can email from your cloud office. So you can actually go in and see your customers. You can log in and go to my team, and under there you can look at customers and you can see the last time someone ordered. You can see who hasn't ordered. If you've enrolled all those free accounts, you can go back through. You can email them. You can, you know, offer them something through that, or you can just message them from whatever platform you got to know them through. But following up with them and saying, hey, I really want to get you in the system. I'm offering, you know, whatever you have. you know, 3 packs of our new Activate, or a couple a couple sample days of our Black Label, or whatever you have. Be creative with it and go with that. But like following up with people who are already in your system is going to be like step one. That's what I'm going to do. Step one, following up with people who've already suggested that they want to be involved, right? So new and old, or like I know I have a bunch of people that haven't ordered this year, but I've, you know, they've used Thrive before in the past. You know, going in and saying, hey, it's been a while since you have been thriving. Would love to help you get back on the steps, or would love for you to try our newest product, Sculpt, something to that effect. And, you know, offer them whatever. I hope and pray we can use credits, but I have no idea if we can. But once we do, we will go with that and figure that out. But utilizing your cloud office, guys, because those are the people that have taken the time to actually set up an account with you. So like Paul said yesterday in the Zoom, don't worry about when they order, because they're going to order, right? Because they're going to see the emails, they're going to see the new products. You can talk about our new products. Sculpt is new. A lot of times people don't know about Balance. Balance is amazing. Activate, our newest flavors are just so freaking good. So there's a lot that you can talk about. Maybe they're not interested in 3 steps, but maybe they feel really bloated right now and they would love something that would help them cleanse out their gut and they don't have to do a nasty cleanse. Talk about Balance. And whatever you're talking about with these people, post something on your stories about it, like a review. If you are talking about Balance, then post a bunch of things about Balance. If you're talking about Sculpt, post some reviews about Sculpt. Go to the Lavelle fan page, share what you find there. And you guys, it will connect for people. And it's like a light bulb moment comes on. It's like, I'm going to message her. I'm going to say Sculpt. She's going to come on my page. She's going to see Sculpt. She's going to see the reviews of Sculpt. She's going to be like, I need that. Okay. I'm out of breath. Am I in labor, guys? I don't know.
Yes, let's go, because we're on the clock now.
This is
So
really good. Dropped the deets. I don't know what that means, but I don't have my phone.
Yeah, there was just an email sent. Some people have gotten it so far with the details
Okay, perfect.
on here.
all right,
So
go time.
get to your emails and just refer back to that, guys. Go back to it and refer back to it, because I know a lot of times people just like ask all the questions, but everything is there. So that's your guideline. Because like, even if Jess and I say it, doesn't mean it's the truth. Not that we don't say the truth, but like go back to that email, because that will always be your guiding. Sent in the chat. Perfect. Okay. I'm good to go. Are you guys good to go? Does anybody have any questions, more questions? Yes or no?
No, I think we're good. Let's go.
Okay. Gotta go.
Love you, ladies.
Bye.